Welcome back to another live session. We are seeing some breakout on the market, and if you guys are with me, make sure you like this stream, subscribe to the channel. Let's begin another trading session here. That you can see there is a strong breakout structure on XAUUSD, and we are trading that breakout structure here after the previous session's move. Looking forward to see some new move here. That you guys can see the market is in a significant trend here at the moment. So good evening, welcome. And we can see that the market is currently, after this strong breakout, it's currently in a sharp trend that you can see here in that area. And that trend is important to see that how the price action moving along this area. That if you closely look at, you can see that there was previously a market trend that we have seen along this area, and the price had a very sharp breakout of this trend, has given this market a new momentum for potentially move again back below to the major direction of the trend. So we can see that there is a significant sharp move here in this market, which is interesting move that you can see along this area. And with this movement, the price action shows that there might be here some potential trend continuation that we could see here in this area. And I'm looking for a few more entries along this area to see that potential sell, and we will be looking at that entry opportunity here in this market. So you're looking at here for another trend continuation, move back below, and we'll be looking to see how we can trade this market as soon as we can see potential trading opportunity here in this area. So if you look at that, currently we saw there was a breakup structure, the price below this support area. After this breakup structure, that can create potential trend continuation here in this market. That you guys can see off this level, there is a sharp drop, and currently we can see the market on a pullback. That pullback might create here potential trading opportunity in this session here. Thanks for joining. Make sure you like this stream. Let's begin another trading day and session here. So the market has broken that support. Now we can see that some potential pullback here in this area, and from the 1 hour as well, you can see there was a sharp drop back below to the support, and we could see that the market is potentially maintaining its drop back below. And currently after this drop, the price action now started to push here back for another wave of potential move. We'll see that if this is here coming for another pullback or continuation of this move in this market. So we can see that there is both 10 and 20 MA crossover from each other, and where the price action has moved for another pullback here. So you can see that here the price action moved back in this support and with a reaction to this level. Welcome, guys, welcome. And this is a pullback, and with that pullback the market started to move again in the major direction of the flow. So with the trend continuation here, I'm looking for welcome, good evening, hello. So if you look at that, the market had a breakout from this liquidity sweep, and with a breakout that you guys can see, there is a significant drop. Now the price again has come for this pullback, and with this pullback, that as the market moved to that previous liquidity zone, here I'm looking at for possible either reversal, or you could see the trend continuation and see that what kind of market structure it is creating in this area to see the market trend continuation back in this zone. So if you closely look at it, you can see there is quite a few smaller doji pattern formation here, and All right, so the market trend shows here there is a breakup structure along this area on gold that you can see, and with this breakup structure that the price action shows, there might be here further weak fill along this area that from the technical, and also we'll be looking at what is current sentiment that overall in the market. So going to the current sentiment, that means that with the current geopolitical sentiment here on here Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesperson, we will not allow American to determine the timing and duration of war and peace. So there are some still tension going on, and the market is also reflecting that. Saudi Arabia intercepts drones coming from Iraqi territory. US and Iran pause fighting to give peace talks space. Here's negotiation. Okay, but Trump's new tariff blitz is very different this time round. So you can see that some of the recent sentiment, along with as you can see the market just being opened, there's a new trend beginning with this movement, and with that trend starting with the new trend, I'm looking to see that if the price action, if we look at few narrow doji formation here, that might create this price action to have a possible bounce that we are seeing, trying to bounce back to the upside. There is a liquidity sweep along this area. So let's wait to see how the market shows, and based on that we will be opening entry if we see that there is a strong reaction of this support here. So if you look at that, quite a few narrow doji that being formed along this area, and I'm looking at some entry opportunity once we can see the price action hit that. Okay, now let's understand that what kind of market structure it is forming. You can see the back-to-back two narrow price action along this area shows that there is still a higher possibility for this trend to continue to break below here in this area. This is a, if you look at that, there is a consolidation with a circular price action, which is usually still showing that there is a still downtrend continuation is highly likely possible here in this market. And the downtrend continuation is what we can see the price action to eventually show its directional bias, and that's what we are at this point of market trend, to show that the price action to creates its movement. So this is a circular structure which eventually could show that downtrending move. Let's wait to see that overall price action how it appears. But I think that because there is a very strong break below that with this 15 minutes bearish engulfer shows that the market still had a possibility to drop, as there is a large fair value gap in this area here in this market. So the fair value gap is below, and there is a complete breakup structure that can bring that price further low here to fill that fair value gap. And this is what we are looking at in this market to show, to see that how the price action in fact is going in this area. Now there is a, if you look at, this is a consolidation but that consolidation usually to break below here, okay, that you could see in this area. And therefore we are looking at here this market to have that potential break in this area to the direction of the major trend. So with a multiple long week price action here in this area, that is showing the market here in this zone with sideway market, we're creating a series of lower high here, and moving in a very narrow consolidation zone. I think most likely you would see this market to quite a few narrow zone. And if you look at this 30 minutes price action, that you can see there was a long week bearish price action. Usually in those situations the market breaks that low, that you could see the price action to break that low, that can happen. And with this breaking of this market, to see that if you look at that, this is a bearish structure that can trigger that price action back low here. And as you can see, the market trend to remain in that flow, in that direction. So here is, if we see the price action respecting that level and then coming back below, that is what we are looking at for another potential entry in this market to go for a sell entry. But I think before that it might try to break this resistance line. If we see that either the market entirely break that support and continue to trend, or you could see going ahead and grabbing the liquidity and then coming back down below in this area. We'll see that what kind of price action it might be preparing here in this area. And I hope that you guys enjoying. Make sure you like, and also do you think we can go to 4065? 4065, I think very possible. There is a large fair value gap. If the market successfully break that low, it may come down here to this order block 4056. Possible, very possible, because there is a large fair value gap, and this fair value gap that you can see, it's a large fair value gap. And with this large fair value gap, the market is very possible to break that entire support area and then continue to trend to break that complete support and then to drop back below. However, we need to see the market is having that reaction entirely back below to the support area, because the overall market trend is bearish, that you can see in this area at the moment, unless we see that there is a big shift in this area, the market sentiment. Okay, if we see that big shift in this zone, the market sentiment. But you can see that the trend here shows that still in a downtrend, and the price is below this support. Will not be surprised to see that entirely again rejected back to the upside. So you can see that quite a few long wick candle being created in this area. There's another narrow doji has formed at this level. With multiple liquidity sweep. This is a very weird structure being formed here at this level that you can see. And I think usually the market does this before it creates again another move. But it's a one candle range that you can see along this area, which can break below, can break to the upside. But if it is breaking to the upside, that might create again potential selling opportunity for short term, at least in this area. You can see that it's trying to break to the upside here. So here the market slowly breaking here. And we see there is a liquidity sweep, and I will be looking at potential sell entry. As if you look at the market, just grab the liquidity above this level, and this is a sell trading move. This is what I was waiting for, the market to break that high. Now as the market grab the liquidity here, looking to see potential rejection back below to this fair value gap, that can take this price to coming back below to this long-term support area, and we'll be having little space here for our trade entry. If you look at that here, that you can see we will be keeping little wider space for that market to have some fluctuation. Here we are looking at for the price action to will be targeting to the order block if the market successfully breaks that low, and there is a large bearish engulfer has formed. Looking forward to see the market to trend in this direction here, again back below to the direction of the trend. right? So you can see there is a strong rejection of this liquidity zone, and this is, I would keep a smaller stop loss, 66 pip to 70 pip. Okay, so stop loss will put above this high here at 4091.97, and TP target will be setting below here 4056, 4057.17. So open, sell. So I have shared the same trade in the group as well. Looking to see, if you look at that, the price has broken below here, which is showing that there is a liquidity gap here, and the rejection of that liquidity gap shows that there is still a higher possibility the market to trend down, and there is a large fair value gap. So if the market breaks low here with this fair value gap, that looking to see the price action to drop down again to directly test that support area, which can be a significant move if we see the price successfully breaking that low here in this area. So that is showing that the price action might be here coming to retest this previous support, that if you look at that, coming to get that low. because the market has created a very interesting structure along this area, and see that if the market is pushing here in this area, might just go for a liquidity sweep. If we see the liquidity sweep, we can look at okay, looks like the market sentiment changes. So I'm exiting at entry. I'm exiting at entry. We'll be re-entering again. I'm exiting my trade at entry. The market sentiment changes. So we'll be re-entering again once you see the market sentiment. I think there is a significant shift in the market sentiment. So I'm out at entry. Okay, out at entry, we'll see that what kind of market structure it is creating, and it's very interesting price action being formed. So I'm out with the running trade, and we'll be waiting to see the market sentiment to change. It might grab that massive liquidity. I think it was a false breakout here, and that might trigger further move here in this market. So this is a I think here the trend might be changing. So if you look at that, there was a downtrend in the market again, started to move in a different price action pattern that you guys can see. And we'll see that either this is, if you look at that, might be here having a rejection, again back above, or you could see the entire drop down here. We'll see what kind of market structure. So there might be here a potential rejection again. If you guys looked at, there might be a rejection. There is a sharp rejection. That's why I'm out with this trade. And okay, I will be waiting to see confirmation for our entry. Very unusual price action. Okay, so if you look at that, there is a break above and then break below. That the market looks like confused now here at the moment. Not sure why the market is trading like that, but let's see that. Let's see that why the market has got confused here. Potentially be deeper liquidity sweep, or you see that this is a very unusual price action that I see. Usually it doesn't show up the market this kind of price action, but you'll see that. What do you think? What could be? Is there any breaking news here around? I think the market got a little confused here. And the pricing on support, which is that you can see usually the market in this situation, the market can go in both directions, both down and up. Okay. But I think if you look at the market here in this area, I think this is creating a potentially an inverted head and shoulder that can happen. And with this inverted head and shoulder, the price may get that reaction back above. If that's happened, we'll observe the price action. But let's wait to see the market eventually to show a clear direction here. I think it's little I would say that the market a little confused around this area for this move. And very, very volatile market. So here, if you look at, this is the support zone that you guys can see, and at that level. Now with this support, the market is in this area, showing both bullish and bearish bias. And very interesting market structure has formed. And we can see that the price is still not showing any very clear directional bias. And that might trigger the price action to have, I'm still in sell. Okay, look, the market here, this price action doesn't make any sense to me. That's why I'm out until we see that it makes sense here. Okay, until we see it makes sense here. So this market can trigger upside bias or can trigger downside bias. Slightly, yeah, slightly bearish, yeah. But there is a lot of manipulation going on. So you still, the 4 hour shows that bullish. The lower time frame, this is one candle range, and you can see that going up, strongly rejecting, and then going back again up. So we'll see that once we can see the complete trend continuation here. All right, so with the 1 hour close and open, you can see at this level, again, whenever it's breaking below, we can see that the market is having reaction to the upside here, which shows that there is liquidity trigger, and the buyers again taking in control of the market, shows the price action is still in this area, potentially to be bullish. And though we see there is bearish bias, let's wait to see full confirmation here. Very important to see that overall confirmation here in this market. There is a large fair value gap here. If it successfully start a downtrend, you could see coming back to 4056. You'll see that we'll be waiting because the market is really very choppy here in this area, not showing one clear directional bias in this area. Okay, after the narrow doji, it bounced off this level. Now you can see here, just changed momentum again. All right, so this is a, if you look at this is the 4-hour impulse consolidation correction. Still this price can go back again 4103. Don't you think so? Or it can come back below here. So we'll see that this price action in this area is key to look at in what is going to happen in this zone. I think this is still shows a very interesting market structure. This price still can come down or can go up, both 50-50 possibility here in this area. And okay, it's cracking back up at this level. Again, it's getting, this market is still not moving any direction. So if you look at very narrow, again, smaller candlestick pattern shows that the market might here try to deepen further below. Okay, so here at this level, again pushing here back above. From this support that shows possible reaction again back in this area. Don't you think possible reaction again back can start a possible upturn here in this area to see where the market is going? For hour, again, you can see an upside. Nearly to candle close on 30 minutes. Very interesting price action now. We'll be looking at good evening. I think it will go upside as per higher time frame. the market is in a, this price section that you can see is really weird. You can see quite a few long week candle at this level, so can go in any direction. So until we see that clear directional bias, I'm looking to see here potential entry, and then we will be looking at okay, from here that you can see the market is slowly breaking to the upside and can trigger upside liquidity. Very unusual price action. Okay, it can trigger back to the upside here. If it break out, even 4103, not unusual to see that sudden breakout. So work on the support, and that means possible downtrend continuation here. Okay, so here let's see that where the market is heading at the moment, and So there is a breakout structure. This might be a complete false breakout. It's possible to happen. And from the 4 hour that you can see, the price tested also the 10 and 20 MA. There's a candle close coming, and I think this is potentially to have significant move now here in this market. I'm looking for a possible entry along this area here, and I think this is the market might trigger here that liquidity. We look at, I'm still not entering, but still looking to see if there is any entry here along this area. Let's see. There might be trigger back below. Okay, the market is significantly below the previous support area here in this zone, and because the market is significantly below the previous support area, I'm looking to see possible reaction here to see that overall trend direction, and that's a doji. I will be looking at going long here, stop loss below this low here. This is the primary plan here. If the market goes up, what I think, because it breaks the support, we could see that significantly potentially to create a new higher high. So here I am on this buy going long here. We have around here 130 pips stop loss. Stop loss at 4067.32, and take profit target I'm setting here at 4116.12. So I'm long here on gold, looking for a potential move back to the upside. So long on gold, running gold buy trade. So running long here on gold, looking at possible upside momentum. maybe a complete liquidity grab or maybe a trend continuation here. I think the market can return to the upside again for another move, because there is a 4-hour candle close coming that you can see, and with that candle close, as the market tested both 10 and 20 MA, it is possible for this price to go ahead and create a new higher high here in this market. Running in profit? So yes, if you are running with me, let's wait for a potential bounce here back to the upside. Okay, it might bounce up and we could see potential move, expecting it to go for another 232 pip. Potential move possible here in this market. Okay, here I'm looking forward to see a potential bounce here back to the upside that can create a possible upside momentum, can trigger that market back to have a new higher high here in this market. So here, if you look at this, is a liquidity sweep. I'm looking forward to see possible move back to the upside for another wave of bounce. And there is a significant amount of liquidity here. If you look at the 1 hour, it's coming from very low, expecting it to go back again, to potentially creating a new higher high. And with a liquidity sweep here as well, we can see the market trend remain in this direction, and we are looking to see here to go back and potentially go here above. And I'm running here almost look at that, 88 to 900 pip profit running. And once you see successful move above, further you can take partial if needed, but still I'm running in. I think we could see that further continuation at this level. And this is a, here at this level you can see this is a liquidity sweep. here with this liquidity sweep, the market may here can move back, which if you look at, this is a previous resistance line. That resistance broken, the price action might be here breaking out at this level. That can create that momentum of this movement back to the upside here. Okay. All right. I think there might still be buying pressure here at this level. Okay, holding for still. Usually the market respond in this kind of market structure to the upside. Okay, should be responding to the upside here. And okay. Expecting an upside bias. Are you guys with me? Say yes if you're with me. Say yes if you're running this trade. Thank you. And if you didn't press the subscribe button, you can do so for all the trade ideas, analysis that I'm posting, so you're not missing any of that. It's heading back to the upside here now. You guys can see that it's moving back to the upside here. solve how it entered. Okay, we are on the right track. How many of you running this trade? Why? I see that many of you said why. Say yes if you are running. Let's look to me that significantly now. Moving along this area. And as the market moving along this area, we are looking at this price action to show its direction. Okay, shows that bullish confluence here in this market. So I am on it. I'm on it. You're running with me. This is a very interesting market structure that you can see here. So 5 minutes price action, very long doji here. The candle close coming, and so it's just almost 100 pip move, and the market reacted back below. Price action is in a very critical level here now. So with 4-hour candle close, okay, there is another possibility for bounce. We'll see. So for our the candle close here now, it's possible for this market to go for another liquidity sweep. We are still on the trade for that purpose here. It's possible for the market to go back again to create a new higher high. So with the intraday candle close, the overall as the overall market trend is bullish, we could see still potential pumping up. How many of you are with this yet that the market is potentially to pumping back to the upside here? And Nasdaq also feeling, yeah, we can see that. Now it's a very unusual market structure, but let's say that usually the first day become very unusual as the first day of trading week. It's a very stronger volume in the market now, and the market breaks that can trigger new liquidity. Already, so the market is in a very narrow zone that trading that you can see in this area. that can create an upside momentum. I'm still on the trade, and we'll see that how the price action does along this area. Potentially another wave of move. So the market at this level here, where you can see that the price action is so it might go for an extended consolidation, what I think here in this area. And with this consolidation, it's a very narrow range. Okay, so with this narrow range, now there is another 50 minutes candle close. Now this candle may break below, we see that stronger break below can trigger and then can come down to the previous support area. So we did quite a few long wick here at this level, and I'm still on it, and we could see the price action to have full move to the key level. Nasdaq also okay. Now in this area, if you look at that, the market trend shows there is a drop, but at the same time the buyers trying to push here back in this zone. That could trigger the market structure. So the 30 minutes candle closing with a comparatively larger red candle that can bring that market back below. However, still we have some zone that you could see in this area. So so there is a significant fair value gap here that you guys can see in this area. So with 30 minutes closed, we've seen that there was a break and might go all the way down to 4056. I think there might be break of support. See that here. Shows a stronger confluence. Okay, yeah, there might be a downside, so I'll be exiting my running position here. I'll be exiting my running position. So I'm out with the running position. We saw there was a significant move, and then just grab more liquidity here at that level. So we'll see here. I think there is potential for breakups, so rather we could look for sell once the market settles. It may keep coming down here because there is a stronger bearish move. So this is currently in a downtrend. So I'm looking at here for sell entry on the 15-minute chart of this level. We'll be targeting below here. There is a higher possibility for trend continuation. So I'm opening a 15 minutes sell entry along this area here for another wave of move back below. So I'm setting my TP at 4034.47. It might, if we see the strong break, then I wouldn't be surprised to see the market has entirely dropped down below to the support area. Selling volume is still not coming here. It's the manipulation again. Okay, so you can see that downside move continues. So if you look at here, that you can see there is a rejection of this price section of that level, and so there is a gap here. The market is approaching that gap and looking forward to see the price to come down and potentially fill that gap. This is a large drop of this. If up to here, up to 4053 could be almost 170 pip move if the market successfully drop down to that gap level. Okay, we are progressing towards the high volume session and looking forward to see that the market is structured to maintain this downtrending move, where along the way we see quite a few interesting move here in this price action. Okay, with few narrow doji, the price action, the 50 minutes close is important. If we see the 50 minutes closing as a after a bearish engulfer, another bearish doji can trigger the market to slide down further below, and that can bring that price back below to the support area here. There is a gap open in this area. Okay, now there is a fair value gap. We could see now that continuation. Come on. So the order block at this level, and I think the market in a zone where it's not supposed to move at that level. Okay, so it's just creating an unusual move, but I think still there is liquidity sweep along this area, and getting the rejection here of that level. Okay, liquidity sweep, and then looking forward to see the market to trend back below. Okay, there's a again there's a false breakout here, and I think that might just go back again for another liquidity sweep. This is a false breakout, so I'll be exiting this current trade here. So there is a look at that, it's complete false breakout along this area, and it might just go again to grab liquidity. That said, we have just started the trading week. We will be looking for more trading opportunity later today. The market is just showing little unusual move as the first day of trading week, but we will be looking to see once the market trends shows a clear direction, we will be looking for more entries later today here in the market. It was a great trading day, guys, and thanks for joining, and I'll see you again very soon in our later further session later today, or that means that in our next session in London as well as NY time. Thanks for joining here, and I'll see you again very soon trading live. Until that, stay well, stay happy.